We run the largest S/4HANA retail system in the world on Azure. That's something which we're very proud of, and that's a journey which was conceived about 5 years ago now, when we originally started with the program. So yeah, my role in that is so I was there at the start of the program, and I'm also there at the end. So I'm the senior director at Walgreens Boots Alliance, with responsibility for services and technology across our business services platform, and that includes our SAP production system at the Walgreens organisation. When you operate at the kind of scale that we do at Walgreens, then automation and artificial intelligence is an incredibly useful tool for us, because when you operate with the kind of volumes that we do in terms of our transactions, our numbers of products, and our numbers of stores, those things multiply out very quickly to create a production system which is complex to manage, and has kind of significant volumes of instance and things associated to it. You know, even if you only have a very small number of instances, multiply that out by the number of users and number of stores, it becomes very significant very quickly. So part of kind of creating the right production support environment for that estate was making sure that we had the right tooling in place to help us with automating tasks which were, you know, multiply recurring, but also kind of becoming increasingly complex over time. And that's part of why we selected the products that we have to support us from your portfolio, and those products are increasing over time as we get into more and more complex scenarios and start to automate more and more of our production state. Yeah, so the way that we've evolved our usage of the products, Avi, is that we started out on a journey of using the IT operations product, and quickly moved into using the workload management tooling, and then the ERP operations tooling as well. So it's been an evolution of our usage of the product suite, and as we've kind of continued to develop that, it's really started to become significantly more business enhancing in terms of the value that we're seeing as a result. Because obviously, once you've started to automate some of the more manual tasks involved in production support and prove out the tool set, it starts to sort of help to create some impetus and some thinking about what are other areas of possibility. So we started in managing our areas of significant incident volume, but we've much more started to think about broadening out across managing business processes end to end, and automating across not just the SAP application, but multiple applications to really start to think beyond the boundaries of the SAP tool set that we started with, but also then out through integration into other products as well. So it's been a real journey of evolution where we start to see the full value of the product suite come into play. Four main areas. There's one which is called not on file, where we have a situation where a customer may present at a till and we haven't got the right data in our systems to enable the transaction to complete successfully. So that was obviously something which was very critical to us, because we want to avoid those situations at all cost. So that was something which was significantly value generating for us. And then we also had another couple which were significant at the outset. So we have a process which monitors that our net pricing is correct. We have automated a number of processes around our sales daily dashboards to enable us to monitor how we are producing those dashboards effectively, and that we're generating the right information for our executives. And then we also do order monitoring for inbound stock transport orders from our JDA warehousing system. So and as we've seen those scenarios become more complex, and for us to prove the value of what we've been doing with the product suite, that's really kind of triggered that thinking about, okay, so what are other areas of possibility for us to look at. Now, just to give you some insight as to the volume of what we're talking about here, Avi, our instance across that number of stores are, you could be, even if you're only at half an instant per store, you're across 9,100 stores, that's a significant volume of instance. And then if you think about the number of data points in those stores, the number of colleagues working in those stores, and we're now at a stage whereby we're able to automate approximately 48% of the incidents that we've got incoming into our SAP queues, as a result of what we've been able to do with the tool set. So I don't want to give you specifics in terms of the volumes of incidents, that kind of thing, but you can see that almost half of our incidents we're able to manage more effectively using our ignio tooling. Then it's been a very effective solution for us. Yeah, to give you some insight as to the kind of business value that we're talking about here, Avi, the situation that we have with our not on file scenario is that a customer may present at the till, and we knew at the point at which we were deploying the solution. When you're deploying at the kind of scale where you're into over 9,000 stores, there have to be compromises that are made, because we want to get into the volume of our stores first off. So we've long been a company that deploys to stores first and then figures out kind of, if there's some back end tidying up to be done, we don't do that as a second order, but we place that as a second tier of importance compared to getting into our stores first. And that inevitably means there might be some situations where your master data isn't correct, or some of your processes can be tweaked and matured over time. And so the not on file example that we're talking about was one where a customer may present at a till. They may have a product which the POS and the ERP doesn't necessarily have the right matching data. And what the not on file process monitoring does for us is enable us to flag that quickly, to generate that data, present it back to the POS system in real time to minimize the opportunity of that customer not being able to walk away from the till with the ability to purchase that product. And what we found is that we've avoided a significant volume of transactions, which has generated kind of into eight figures in terms of the business value that has generated for us, in terms of kind of avoiding that situation where we may have missed a sale. So it's been very significant for us as we've scaled out to that greater range of stores. Customer satisfaction is extremely important to us at Walgreens. So we absolutely wanted to avoid any situations where we were causing any frustration either to our colleagues in store in terms of their usage of the application or on the handheld technology that they use, or to customers as they were going through our store, because obviously kind of enhancing customer value while they're in the store has been significantly important to us, not just in our usage of this technology, but also in our usage of SAP, and more broadly in terms of what we're doing with our technology strategy across Walgreens Boots Alliance. So we use 3 products from yourself as part of our roadmap. So we use AI operations, which helps with our IT operations. We use AI workload management which is focused on kind of managing jobs at the back end of our systems. And then we also use AI ERP operations. And those are 3 separate products that we use from you that were created as part of that process of enhancing the value of what we're doing from a business value generation perspective. So those products are connected through into the back end of our SAP systems and integrated such that they're real time in terms of the monitoring of the processes that we're running in our ERP tooling, and generating data backwards and forwards to enable us to transact in a more effective way through the usage of that technology, and intercede at the right point to make sure that those processes run more smoothly, that we are taking the right action at the right point in a critical process, and also kind of avoiding some of those risks that I've talked about, and continuing to drive value through our adoption of the artificial intelligence technology that we're using as part of the ignio toolset. Yeah, so just to give you some insight as to the scale of what we're doing then, Avi. So we currently operate 89 use cases across our SAP estate using our ignio tooling, and that runs 820 standard operating procedures for us across that estate. And using the product suite that we have, we're also looking at extending that into further business processes and SOPs across more than just the SAP technology. But then we're also looking at other products from within the ignio toolset as well. So digital workplace is something that we're looking at to help manage into some of our infrastructure. So think about things like desktops and laptops. And then, there's other aspects of the technology that we're looking into with more and more complex SAP procedures and processes as we continue to drive up the value chain with the ignio toolset. Yeah, end user experience has been very important for us, Abby. So, as part of any change journey, as you implement this kind of tooling, the combination of taking out a whole bunch of in-store systems, replacing them with SAP. There's a change journey for colleagues as part of that as well. So our use of ignio has been a key part of that organizational change journey, because it's helped us to reduce the number of incidents that colleagues are having to log. It's helping us to reduce kind of recurring incidents, and also we're using it to drive a significant amount of user adoption as well, because when colleagues can see that we're reacting quickly to incidents that are logging, and we're automating our responses to those incidents, it gives them much more significant assurance that we're hearing them as colleagues in store, and doing our best to increase the user experience in both their usage of the SAP technology that we've deployed, but also kind of taking care of them as appropriate, and allowing them to focus on our customers, as you would expect. Yeah, Digitate have been an extremely useful partner to us. So it's been a really strong journey together in our use of the ignio tool set, and it's something that we're very happy to represent, and to help to describe to other customers the journey that we've been on, and how we'll continue to evolve that tool set together, and drive much more business value as a result.